All right, I know I'm supposed to do like an opening statement. This is my opening statement, and it is over. Okay.
Random question. You can just go right into. You can just make your opening statement. How did Chris Laviano play?
Chris Laviano played okay. The two glaring mistakes I thought were the interception on the first play, and then obviously the big sack where he took us out of field goal range. So if he cleans those parts up, he plays a decent game, I thought. Again, we didn't ask him to do a whole lot. We're not asking him to be the dynamic playmaker that everybody so loves the quarterback to be in spread offenses. But if he cleans those two things up, I think he has a solid performance.
Drew, what have you guys seen in practice recently from Thailand that you felt he deserved to be out there and was ready to go out there?
I think for the young kid, it was just, today was to see if we could get his feet wet a little bit and how he would respond in a bigger atmosphere. Obviously, this is not a little town just south of Nashville, Tennessee anymore. And so I thought, honestly, the other guys in the unit did such a great job. I think getting him ready to go, I talked to each one of them individually and said, make sure that the young kid's ready to go in there and play and protect the football and make sure he's excited and have some fun and not nervous. And he went in there and I thought did a nice job. But, I just wanted to see if how he would respond to a bigger environment, and I thought he did pretty well.
Sure, you've said a couple times you'd play two quarterbacks if it necessitated that.
Yeah, whatever it takes to win.
I would assume that you wouldn't use a year of eligibility for Tyler Noden on one game in the second half against Howard. So is the plan now to play him a little bit going forward?
I don't know, honestly. We want to prepare, I think, for the best chance, I think, that for our offense and for our team to win, whatever that may look like. And, I asked in Thailand how he felt about that specific scenario, and he was great with it. He was a coach, whatever I got to do to jump in there and get a shot to play. So that is definitely, everyone's going to say, well, is he going to jump in there and get more reps? I know that's going to be the follow-up question. So I don't know yet. That's something, a conversation between me and Coach Ash that we'll probably have tomorrow and Monday following up about Thailand.
You guys on the interception, did he think Carlton was going to sit down, or did he?
Carlton should have sat down right in that window. If you look at it, it was just a little horizontal read right there on the flat defender. The Sam took the bubble out there from Janarian, and so Carlton should have just sat down right there in that window. Got a little excited on the first play of the game and kept rolling through the window. When Chris tried to make him right, the Mike had time, the middle linebacker had time to step into that window. So Chris has got to eat that one when the play goes the wrong way, goes south, and Carlton's got to sit down in that window.
You guys are trying to get Janarian the ball as much as possible in a variety of ways. Is there something that can be done to get him the ball more in the passing game? He only had 2 catches today.
Yes and no. It depends on what the defense is going to allow you to do. You are, to an extent, as an offensive coach and a defensive coach, at the mercy of what your opponent is doing schematically. So if the best way to make sure that we get 1 touches on the football is in the run game, great. If we can get him the ball in the vertical passing game or anything like that, we'd love to. That kid's a dynamic playmaker for us and has proven time and time and again that he can be electric with the football. So however we can do that, we're going to try. There was definitely some attempts in the passing game today that didn't work out. And so, how can we do it? You go another route, and he touched the ball in the run game a lot more.
Has he adjusted well to what you guys want him to do, passing, running, and has he adjusted well to what the defense is showing him?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a little bit Janarian, the athlete that Janarian is, I think he's got a little bit of inexperience in terms of just being a polished route runner. I don't think he's quite there yet. I think he's got still some work to do there to be truly a full wide receiver of the full gamut of talents wide receiver wise, but he's adjusted very well. We had an interesting conversation back in January, and I told him if you just trust the plan, guys like you have a chance to really thrive in what we do, and so far he's done that. He's still got some work to do for sure. He is not by any means a polished football player, but he's done a very, very nice job of doing exactly what we've asked him to do.
Acknowledging that Howard was gassed there in the fourth quarter, still, what does it add another dimension-wise when you have a quarterback that might have a little bit extra gear rushing-wise like Gio and Tylen seem to?
Great question. I think obviously you have to account for that guy in the run game. The biggest thing I think for the quarterback is what does he do with the football? Does he make drastic mistakes with the football? Is he going to put you in a position where he's going to put your defense in a tough spot, in a battle of field position? And so for just taking those two, from the full offensive array of plays that we carried into the game, I thought they could do Gio and Tylen specifically, because those were the two brought up, could do exactly what we asked them to do, and so we kind of stayed within that framework. But I do think it adds a little bit more of another dimension to what you do. You just kind of morph yourself a little bit differently offensively.
Is it fair to perceive what we saw with those guys in the game as a little bit more of what your ideal or your characteristic offense is? Or
Ideally, I think that ideally you'd love to have like Cam Newton back there who can do everything, and you're just like, hey, you just do you, and we'll figure it out and everything else out. But sure, yes and no. To be honest, and I said this all the way back in January. If Tom Brady walked in the room, I think we'd all be pretty excited too. And he can't run out this side, out of the room right now. So I think we're looking for the best player that's going to give us the chance to win. And I know that feels like a little bit of a cop-out answer, but it's not. And so when we've started the games, I thought Chris has been the best opportunity that we had to give to go win from 4 quarters. But those two are just a little bit different football player. But who are the best quarterback that we can recruit? That's who we're going to go after.
Coach, we obviously saw Gio and Tylen run, but where are they at in the passing game? How far have they come, and do they still need a lot of work there? Speaking of Tylen first, Tylen needs a lot of work. I mean, the passing game is not something you just can pick up overnight. In my opinion, that takes work. There's footwork, there's protection issues, where to go when you're hot, what to do versus different scheme defensively. Gio is not far behind, I don't think. Gio has done a nice job in practice. I thought Gio has done, other than a few errors that he's made, in a few critical situations in practice, Gio's right there. So his progress has been tremendous, honestly, since spring. He's had a really good camp and a first couple of weeks of practice throughout the season. So, Thanks.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.